Hello.
Afternoon, everybody. Sorry we're running late. Completely my fault.
It's all good. We had
belly
a
was
little bite to
grumbling.
eat. Had to eat.
Belly was grumbling.
We had to eat.
Hope you're all well.
Yes.
Hope you're all well.
6-man playoff this weekend. Did you watch any of that?
Never seen any of it, but
Apparently it was hard to find on TV. I only saw the highlights after. But
Really?
I watched. Yeah, I kept seeing stuff on Instagram later like 6-man playoff happening, but I can't watch it. It was like 100 of those, but I don't know. Maybe one network picked it up, but I watched a little bit of the golf, but not. I can't say I watched much. If I'm honest.
No, it's when I saw the kind of, it was a 6-man playoff, and I kind of saw a little bit on the app.
Yes.
Looked like there was a few of them kind of with chances to win it in the first and didn't quite make it. And
Yep.
Good to see Kisner win.
Yeah, he hasn't won in what, a few seasons?
Yeah, it was his fourth win, and it's funny. I'd read some stuff earlier in the week about. I think it was actually, it was on Barstool. They were saying like if Kevin Kisner isn't in the Ryder Cup team,
That's right. I know.
there's something wrong. He's everything the Ryder Cup needs and hasn't had, and everything that Europe does have, and
It's true.
that type of stuff.
Scrappy
a real
player.
Yeah, a real bulldog and stuff. And
I think that's a good point.
and obviously to go ahead and throw the win in there is a little exclamation point against that.
They'll have to consider him. But then where is it? Where's the Ryder Cup?
Whistling
Straits.
Yeah.
Is it long? Is it like super long?
Yeah, I think it is it's a pretty big course, isn't it?
That's
PGA.
the only
they
thing
host
he
the
always
PGA
says
there and
is
stuff.
that he's like, well, if it's a really long course, I
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
aren't. Like he doesn't think he has the best chance. But in match play, it's different. So who knows? But
Who
he'd be a
knows?
great pick.
Yeah, he would.
He would be a great pick.
It's funny, Paddy and I were doing on the team up for TXG, the little Instagram thing that we do. We were talking about the Ryder Cup and
Yep.
who we think obviously is going to win it and things like that. And I mean, you look at that US team this time, and you look at the European team more importantly.
Yes.
No Justin Rose, no Stenson.
Yep.
Like all those guys. Poulter isn't in the team.
Sure.
He might get a pick. He's playing pretty well. But you just go, where is the European, the core of that team who's won for the last, 15,
Yeah, the
15 or so years.
20 years. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting.
Definitely.
How much longer till that? Another month?
Almost exactly a month.
A month from now.
Yeah, almost exactly.
Exciting?
Yeah, it'll be good.
Really good.
It will
golf.
be good. What's new in the world here? What's going on in
The
the
lads
chat?
were chatting about new launch monitor from eventually Foresight Bushnell thing.
Yeah, I saw My Golf Spy had their hands on one.
Did they? Oh, okay. I have to look at that.
Yeah, they did. I haven't
Just have a gander at that.
always.
little thing.
I haven't seen it. Dan saying the US team is always stacked, but have lost 7 of the last 9. Yep, yeah, it's true. It's
Not
true.
wrong.
Yeah, I just think it's less. You're right. The US team is always stacked, but the European team is always strong, especially when you look at it day 1, day 2, and you're only selecting 8 of 12.
Yeah. Yes,
Right,
that's true.
That's a big part of it. And although they have performed well in the singles, I think the performance in the foursomes, especially,
It's usually where the damage is done, right? And
Yeah.
then the States tries to catch up in the singles match, which they usually do a little bit.
Absolutely. John is saying, guys, can you test some lady equipment? Balls, shafts, heads. My fiance watches the channel with me and feels not included. You're right. You're absolutely right. I mean, yeah, we definitely, testing times to bring, guests on the show and other people into the group. But I definitely think once, I always think of Rebecca Lee Bentham is kind of,
for sure.
We'll do some testing when Rebecca's back, but she's pretty quick.
She's a tour player, basically.
She's a
right?
tour
Yeah.
player, yeah. So, yeah, finding the
Something to
testers
keep
is
in
the
mind.
hard
It's
bit.
tricky. That's tricky. Yeah. We'll keep it in mind, though.
We definitely will.
All
Yep.
right. What else we got going on here?
It's one there. Manscaped Woodworking. What's good, Matt and Ian?
Woodworking. Hello.
When are you guys going to do more swing tutorials?
Oh.
When are we going to do that?
Well, they are always well received, that's for sure.
They really are, and I think that's the quality of the people that we get on.
Yeah,
whether
I
it's
think that
Gareth
we've
or
been
Scott
lucky,
or
haven't we?
Larry or
Yeah.
whoever that may be, they've been of such high quality.
We can definitely do that.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we'll be taking a trip or two over the winter. Maybe we'll go see somebody at their home base or something. Give us an excuse.
Joe is saying, Ian, how are you liking your new bottle opener stroke putter?
Oh, of course, yes.
Well, I haven't.
Update us.
I literally just got it in the mail on Friday. I haven't even
Your
struck
actual
a putt
one.
with it.
Lovely.
It is.
Did you play with your loaner one
previously?
though?
The previous week, yeah, I'd played with that.
You said
one.
it was good.
It was great. It was great. But yeah, it definitely could double up as a bottle opener.
Yes, it does. A
Could-
massive bottle
It
opener.
could mash the potatoes. We've definitely found that.
You've made a
we
pot of
could
potatoes?
brand the cows. We could do that with it. I mean, it's really
versatile.
more function
Yeah.
to that putter than
It's good
most
value.
other putters.
It's good value. It's like an 8-in-1 tool.
Exactly.
It makes putts.
Rob was saying he rewatched when we had Larry on the channel, so helpful. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think some of those archive swing tutorial stuff, I sent you one over the weekend.
It was very helpful. I watched the TXG video this week.
Matty was perusing the TXG channel.
I liked it. I thumbs it up. I didn't leave a comment though. I should have.
You should have left a comment. So this really helped me.
This was great.
This is
I've
really-
been struggling with a big hook, and Ian and Scott Couse taught me how to hit a fade.
Yes,
Thank you.
neutralise my path. What a couple of good guys.
Crazy. Maybe I'll go add that later.
Timmy's saying now he has mashed potatoes stuck in. No, don't shout mashed potatoes.
Not
Just
shouting.
go and mash the
Making
potatoes.
potatoes.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah.
Making.
Great response to the Pinehurst trip.
I had a good time just reading comments, just about how excited people
I know,
were. It made
I
me
know.
excited. I mean, I already am excited, but it made me more excited because people who have a 1 in whatever chance to win
Yeah.
are super excited even for that.
And if you haven't entered already, what's wrong with you? You should have.
Probably something wrong with you. If you
Come
haven't
on. Well, either that or you live in Europe or Australia.
That
or
there's
something.
nothing wrong with
There's
that.
nothing wrong with you.
No.
The
There's
rest
something
of you-
wrong with the world at the moment, but
Yeah.
yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And the next contest will include all of you, we promise.
Yes.
We promise. What else? Any other news items, or do you want to just dive into some
News
rapid fire?
items.
Anything going on that you can mention? I don't think much is going on.
No, there's very little going on. We're just full tilt in the meat of the season. This is kind
Yeah.
of where we would normally find ourselves 2 months into the season, and we're still everyone out there is still battling the same things, whether it's inventory and,
Yeah, of
and
course.
fulfillment and
Tough year for that, right?
yeah, all the OEMs just I just kind of keep I keep saying the same stuff. Be patient, be kind. If there's 1 year not to get wherever you buy your clubs, if there's an order waiting to come in, just be a little more kind than you normally would be. People are really struggling to kind of get stuff this year.
It's not that they don't want to get you stuff.
Yeah.
They would do it if they could.
Yeah. It's a really challenging time in any industry.
Yeah.
I'm hearing other things I'm hearing things from China and in Vietnam right now that factories are closing again.
Is that right?
And
Really?
there's
a nightmare.
problems and stuff like that. So
All right. Well, we'll all have to keep our fingers.
all
crossed.
be mindful of the challenges that everyone's going through, for sure.
All right. Let's get into some questions.
Let's dive in there.
This one caught my eye from Vicente.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the new T200s from Titleist could work for a 14
You
handicap?
definitely could.
Could.
But I would say
Okay.
you would want to try the T300s at the same time because they are phenomenal.
We tried them this morning. Did a
We-
little video review.
We really, really like them.
So maybe wait and watch that video, which you'll see later this week, and then you could decide maybe a combo set. But honestly, I really like those T300s.
Yeah.
We tested them a little bit at a slower speed, a little bit different swing path than I normally hit them at, and I think it showed how well they actually perform those things.
Absolutely.
All right. There's a lot.
Anders is saying he still has the 712s.
Is he?
We were talking a little bit about that today, weren't we? AP1, AP2 versus the T series and kind of how much further they have moved that on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think if you're in any of those old APs, it's time.
Oh yeah,
It's
definitely.
time for you.
Yeah. Yeah, the T100s, like the T series starting, I think was a new era for them. That is for sure.
Yep.
That's a good question, actually. Garrett is asking, Ian, why are 5-woods generally smaller in profile, size, CCs, than the 3-wood counterpart? Good question, Garrett.
Yeah, marginally smaller. You're using a shorter shaft, generally a little bit easier to hit anyway. You're just going to get a smaller, more compact, heavier head. You don't need the same forgiveness level. Loft is at that point your friend. You we're not requiring from an engineering standpoint, we don't require the same MOI savings and these types of things. So
True.
There's certainly companies out there, their 5-wood might be, bigger than some people's 3-wood and things like that, depending on your choice.
True. I think
how you go about
it's
picking
only
it.
if you go like TaylorMade's 3-wood versus their own 5-wood would shrink down a bit from there. But
Exactly. Brian is asking, do we plan on reviewing the TaylorMade MG3 wedges?
Planned and did.
We planned and we did, Brian.
We did. Just about an hour ago.
Yes.
We liked.
There we go.
And you'll see the video this week.
There we go.
Okay.
Jack is saying 7-wood seem to be getting more popular. Thoughts on a potential 7-wood versus hybrid video? Yeah, Jack. I mean, we have been teeing that one up for a little bit of time.
Yep.
We just really need to get hold of Titleist or Ping to get a 7-wood. That's really for Matty Boy to try, because we have been talking about doing one
For my bag.
For your bag.
Yep.
Indeed.
I've been playing with this Cobra. I almost called it the Rad. It's not the Rad. The King Tech.
King Tech. Yep.
I've been playing with that in the meantime, and it's been fine. But I'm definitely not. I'm not over my curiosity for a 7-wood. It's just been put slightly aside, but not gone. Gone, but not forgotten.
Hayden's asking, when would you fit someone into a full set of the same irons versus a combo set?
Good question. Combo sets are hot right now.
Yeah, I think if you deliver the golf club and your ball flight tends to, change a little bit, you can deliver it very differently with a 4-iron and a 7-iron and a pitching wedge. It's one of the reasons we ask companies to send us, one of each now.
Yeah.
So, that way we can see the delivery, we can see the ball flight, and we know for you, for example, your tendency to pull the handle on a 4-iron as your speed goes up is something we have to manage all the time. So I think it's dependent on the player's, obviously, delivery. Definitely. And it can be preference as well.
No, absolutely. Yeah, something preference. You like the look of in the short irons or something like that.
Yep.
Okay. I'm just going up a bit. All right. From Joseph. Joseph says he was fit to rifle 6.0 in his irons and Acura TZ6 in his woods. He's looking to put a graphite shaft in his 4-iron, which is an MP18 fly high, to get more launch.
Yep.
So any recommendations for his fly high, which is kind of like a little driving iron style?
Yeah, it's a little chunkier, isn't it?
Pocket cavity thing. Graphite shaft for Joseph's little 4-iron.
TZ6, yeah, I didn't say the weight of the wood. 6 O's are 120 grams. You could find yourself in a nice little graphite design DI. Something like that would be nice. 85 grams, something that's a little softer on the tip, just to kind of help flight it up a little bit. That would be nice in your hybrid. Depending on obviously what you've got access to. Whether you're looking for something more in the stock region, Tensei Blue, if if you're looking for something a bit more stock.
That would be a good choice, eh?
Yeah.
Even in the aftermarket, that AV, is there an AV raw?
There's not a raw in the...
They didn't make hybrid ones yet?
No.
Okay. I wonder if that's forthcoming eventually. They seem to tend to do that, eh? Don't they? Like they trickle them down into the woods eventually?
Yeah.
All right. A lot of people just saying, please pick me for the Pinehurst trip. It will be done randomly, I promise you. There will be no shady business.
The winners will be Paddy and Mike. Two pals.
All right. How about this one? Ryan. Ryan is thinking of ditching his 4-wood and going with a driving iron and 7-wood combo. Okay. Driving iron would be his driver alternative, and 7-wood would be for into the greens.
Yep.
He plays a relatively short course, and he's not great with his 4-wood. It doesn't sound like you're crazy.
No, everyone has their own challenges, that's for sure.
If it's not working, that's probably right away you're probably in the right line
it's
of
funny
thought.
when whenever we're testing, like when we tested the Titleist driving irons a few weeks ago, we tend to get people going, I really don't hit a driving iron. I don't know why you guys are reviewing those, or it's not about you per se. It's about the other people like Ryan who struggles with a wood and a hybrid.
Yeah, it just doesn't quite work
it doesn't jive for them, and it works for some and not for others. And even though less people do well with the driving iron, but it's not for no one.
No, it's not for no one. No. And I think the way they've designed them more recently, there's more people that can fit into it.
Yeah.
They used to be a bit silly, unforgiving, but not the case now.
Yeah.
Go to you if you want one there, bud. I'm just trying to grab something that's about something a bit different.
Luke is asking, is there anyone producing a forward and lefty? Titleist?
I'm sure they still have that 16.5.
Yeah,
I don't see why they wouldn't.
There's definitely a few companies. There's companies who make obviously adjustable wood, so you can turn that loft up and turn it down. Yeah, you can certainly achieve the forward loft in left-handed, no problem. Yeah, lots of options.
Definitely. I don't know if does TaylorMade make that 16-degree high launch anymore? I know it wasn't in lefty, but I was just curious.
Yeah, still make it.
They still make
Yeah,
that.
in the Sim 2 Max. Yeah.
All right.
Shaft. John P is asking what shafts are similar to the Acra RPG Tour 460 to M5 Plus. I mean, really anything that's considered, really stiff would be a good one for that. Ventus Black obviously springs to mind. Also we got Acra TZ5. Those types of shafts. So anything that's considered, pretty stout.
Yep. Yeah, the TSI2 comes in 16.5. It's a lot of driving iron chatter today.
A lot of that.
What's going on here? Craig's asking about a new Diamana PD series. Heard anything about that? Upcoming, apparently?
PD series. Yeah, haven't heard of that. I've seen, we have the new Kylie. There is a new version of the, I don't know if that might be part of the B, what do we call that? The TB,
okay.
There might be, I think there's a couple of new ones coming to fill that line out. Probably part of that.
Because TB is the middle one, and
yes, yeah, the PD series.
yeah, I didn't see.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard of it. Certainly don't have one.
Nope. Not yet, Craig. Not yet. This is a quick, easy one here. Andrew's playing True Temper AMT White S300 shafts. Wants to go with something slightly lighter. What do you like? Assuming we'll stay in steel, I would think.
You can go. I mean, again, unique shaft with the ascending mass. You may want to keep that, you may not. I would be curious, do the long irons feel great and the short irons don't because of the weight kind of progression? Modus 105 is a really popular one at that weight. Any of the KBS like C-Taper Light, at 105 and 110 is really good as well. Lots and lots of options, but I would need to know more about what you don't like about the AMTs.
True. Mitchell's asking, he needs to put a bit more length on his wedges. Shaft extenders okay for that, or should you reshaft? Is there a limit? Like if you're adding half an inch, you can get away with it?
I mean, you can. Yeah, but most people don't don't love reshafts. When it comes to wedges, though, I think there's enough chipping going on, enough low speed shots that you'd be okay.
Right.
So I think you can get away with shaft extensions. I think always reshafting is the better way, but I think you could get away with it.
Okay. There you go, Mitchell.
Charles asking, what happened to counterbalance putters? Nothing.
Yeah,
nothing happened.
They seem to be. You know what I think happened is that like with Odyssey and a couple companies, they're in the grip half the time now. You just don't really notice it. I think they maybe it's not being talked about as much. But I seem to see that little kind of tour lock thing at the end all the time. Yeah.
No, I think Super Stroke and Stroke Lab and these sort of technologies are still very prominent.
Definitely. Yeah, the Stroke Lab especially, right? Yeah,
I think sometimes you can just. You know what it's like. You can get focused on something, and then it's all you tend to see.
Yes.
Yes,
agreed.
All of a sudden, you're on the lookout for a particular car, and your mind is on Tesla, whatever it might be. And then you're out driving on the highway and all you seem to see is Teslas. It's just your mind tends to, when you get drawn to something, you tend to see it a lot.
Yeah.
It's still as prominent now as it was a few years ago, counterbalancing. It's just an option.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just a lot of other stuff
Yep.
going on too. Putter shafts and stuff are probably getting some attention too. What else can we grab?
So Ian drives a Tesla. Ian does not drive a Tesla. He does not. Super stroke grip still the port at the top,
Yeah.
says Rob. They do.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the one that I've noticed too.
Where was one that caught my eye there? But shaft length on irons.
Okay, you look. I'll grab some in the meantime.
Okay, pal.
Here's one here. How do you combo the 921 Hot Metal Pro and forged irons loft-wise?
You got to hit them.
Yeah.
You have to hit them. There's nothing. There is no like standard way to go do that. You know, like I said to some last week, buy them and go get fitted.
And then do the gapping session?
Go do the gapping. Like, where do you want forgiveness to stop, and where do you want sort of feel and precision to kick in? That's what I would say.
And then do the, like, when you blend them, you'll have to do the blending based on your yardage gapping.
Exactly.
Yeah. A live gapping session would be the way to go.
Exactly. Tommy Fleetwood lost his card, they're saying. Russ is saying.
What?
Yeah, must have
Did he really?
finished outside. I know Justin Rose finished outside the top 125 as well. He missed
Really?
he missed like a 8 to 10 footer in the last just kind of.
That would have done
Yeah,
it.
that would have done it.
He's still got exemptions he could probably use, though. 'cause
Yeah,
he
it'd be
won
like
the US
probably.
Open. Yeah, the US Open.
Oh, I don't know if that was. Yeah, maybe it was still 10 years.
Because, like, if you don't use it, I thought you could.
Okay.
I could be
Carry
wrong.
on, yeah.
Don't quote me, but I thought you could. If, like, let's say he was top 10 every year, and he wasn't using that exemption,
Yeah.
can you now use it?
Probably career earnings is
Yeah.
one that they can use as well.
Surprised Tommy Fleetwood, though.
I know.
He played a lot in Europe then, I guess. Maybe he
Yeah.
wasn't here enough to kind of get any top finishes.
I know he's just
Surprising.
not been looking like himself. Again,
Yeah.
another one of those guys that you would really fancy if he was playing well going into a Ryder Cup. That,
Would you ever?
yeah, you'd fancy, him to pick up a few points. I mean, how good were he and Molinari?
I know.
in Paris.
That's so true. Yeah, they were the chosen
They were the
pairing.
team.
Who knows? Maybe something like that gets him fired up. But Fairway Jesus, as he's known.
Yeah, DJ Miko's saying, I thought they just didn't qualify for the FedEx not Tour card. Yeah, you're probably right there.
I don't
Yeah.
even know what the cutoff is. I still thought it was 125. I know it's 125 for the FedEx, but that used to be the card thing. But maybe the card thing is conditional. You get conditional stars and stuff.
Look is a term I've never heard. The TaylorMade curse. Haven't certainly heard of that. Rory did the same. Are you thinking about Nike, Rory? Look, sorry,
I guess so.
because I think Rory was pretty good when he moved into TaylorMade.
I don't think it hurt him too
I
much.
don't think he was.
I
Certainly
think people
worse.
were more concerned about when he went to Nike.
That's what I was saying. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that was-
Nike move was
Was
tough.
the
on him.
questionable one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously for Rosie, the Honma switch was tough on him.
It was.
Moving out of TaylorMade into Honma was tough on him.
And now he's back.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's playing those MCs. I think I saw
Yeah.
a couple. That's an iron for him, eh? Pure ball striker. All right.
Rob Potter saying Fleetwood's really been struggling with his putting apparently.
Yeah, that would do it, wouldn't it? Because he's generally a pretty good putter, but you're right. He needs to get hot to get in the mix.
Yeah.
Billy is asking if the U505, which you thought quite a bit of, I thought. Good driving iron. Do you think it is versatile enough to be used from the fairway into par 5 greens? So he's basically saying if it's not going to be a tee club, did you find that it was easy enough to kind of elevate it?
Yeah,
He's
I
got
did.
a 97 mile an hour swing speed, so he's not swinging slowly.
Sure. Yeah, I don't think I was much quicker than that. Probably maybe 100, 102 or something. So,
Right.
yeah, I think so, Billy. Yeah, I think that would be okay.
As long as you deliver enough
Loft.
dynamic loft,
That's
right?
the key.
It wouldn't be for me, Billy. Billy, I'd be hitting head-high piss missiles into the green. That thing. Maybe I should just leave my swing the way it is. We should go to Scotland right away.
Yeah.
So I can enjoy it because I won't hit anything high. I'll be under.
Shaft.
Yes.
Pulled.
Shaft is in the next county because we're gonna end up going next year. I'm hopefully gonna have fixed that, and then I'm gonna have to learn how to flight the ball down again.
Yeah.
God, so difficult. Golf's too difficult. Ryan Moore lost his card. This is crazy. Huh.
Well, I mean, it's got to be
I mean, people do lose their cards.
Got to be a shift at some point, isn't there?
I was keeping an eye on so Michael Gligich, Canadian guy
How did he do?
that Gareth teaches. I want to look today because he was 128. I don't know how he finished. See if you can see because he was 128.
I don't think he made a gain anyway.
He needed to move up a couple spots to keep his old cardo, but he was playing better for sure. So I was hoping he might squeak in.
Was he playing a little? I know Gareth was.
Gareth said he was kind of Gareth's gone to see him a few times and things were kind of looking a little bit better, but I think he might have just. Where's our lad? Ricky was 134.
He dropped down.
He dropped down. Well, if you're inside the 150, you don't have to go to the Corn Ferry, though. I think you still get starts. I think.
I mean, look at that. Danny Willett 152, Duffner 154.
But Duffner hasn't come back, has he? Like Duffner, I'm surprised he hasn't come back to any form. Jimmy Walker
166.
Sean O'Hara, I haven't even
Rafael
seen.
Cabrera Bello.
That's surprising. Because did Rafa move here Florida? I thought he moved to Florida to play the tour.
I think he did.
Luke Donald.
Stenson 187.
What? There's some wild stuff on there.
Yeah.
Graham McDowell hasn't been able to get back either. Crazy. I mean, there's only 100 and some spots. Someone's going to be disappointed, right?
Yeah, and there's a load of these college kids coming out all the time that are unbelievably talented.
That's so true.
Sangman Bay.
I know. Goodbye.
Great player, 218th.
Tiger Woods, 223. Our very own. Has there been any Tiger update on his condition and his healing and such?
No, I just think Ricky Fowler came out and said that he's just grinding. Said he's working
on
really hard in the rehab.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, what would be the prognosis? Like spring next year, he could hit a couple balls or something?
Probably, yeah. I think by that point he'll be...
He's not going to play... He wouldn't be ready to play the Masters or anything, but maybe later in the year.
Yeah.
Okay. What else we got here?
Lots of chat about the My Golf by Ball test.
Yep.
Sort of stuff yet. Haven't got to grips with what came out of it. I just know that Tony was alluding to soft balls are very low spin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which we've certainly seen.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely have a look at it. I haven't had a look at it quite yet, but many people saying that there was some interest. Someone said there's some interesting findings. So we'll have a gander.
We will.
We haven't done a whole lot of ball testing, have we,
no.
recently? What did we do the other day? Oh, the Bridgestone E12 ball. That was okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
It wasn't anything to...
Nothing...
run out and buy.
No.
Urgently. Marcus is asking, what are our thoughts on the T22 wedges? We haven't tested them yet, Marcus. They look good. They look good.
Yeah,
but we will
expect
definitely...
them to be nice.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect anything but.
Jason Day would have been close to those guys. Well, yeah, I don't know where Jason Day was. Didn't see
it's
his
funny,
name on
there's
there.
been a real switch in like who's relevant, recently. J Day used to be around practically every weekend. It seemed like
Jason Day 110.
Okay, so we'll see him.
Yeah,
that's good. Quick one here on how to look after your prized possessions. Could graphite shafts get damaged when left in the car on a hot day? Came to the car the other day after having an iron session. Left my woods in the car and they were so hot. Oh yes.
Yeah, I think.
Oh yes, you can damage them.
I think the first thing that would go would be the epoxy between the shaft and the head. That would be first to go.
That's true. Yeah.
So,
and then you swing your 3-iron and it goes further than the ball.
Yeah.
Apparently it wrecks shoes too. Like
really?
The bond.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, because shoes are a lot of glue. It's not like they're screwed together.
Yeah,
so apparently if you leave your shoes in there a lot, they cook.
What else we got?
Here's a good one from Bo here. Just trying to take a variety of different ones. Bo's asking, he's looking at buying T1. I'm hoping you mean T100s, not T100S. Just buy the...
I think that'd be T100S.
Just buying T100S, okay. For someone with a shallow swing. So he's basically saying he wants to bend them weak, which would increase the bounce. So somebody with a shallow swing doesn't necessarily want more bounce,
No.
but it's
No.
a degree. I mean, is it really going to make that much of a
Not
difference?
huge. Not huge. No, I wouldn't say.
You wouldn't say don't do this.
No,
like
not
you're
like
screwing
you
stuff.
said. Not off of a degree.
Yeah, if he said 2 or 3, you'd be
Yeah.
like,
Exactly.
okay, fair enough. Here's a ball question.
Mm-hmm.
Can using the wrong ball produce flyers?
Mhm.
Using a
Certainly
Z-star
can.
and fine using the lower lofted irons can get really inconsistent ball flights. Maybe a higher spin ball. Yeah,
That's what Tiger's always said. He uses,
Absolutely.
because of the amount of time he spends in the rough, he uses a higher spin ball.
makes total sense.
Yeah, it does.
I was explaining the flyer to my missus on the golf course the other
Were
day.
you? Did she get one or did you get one?
I had played a hole rather poorly, lost a couple of crisp Pro V1s.
Ugh.
I was dissatisfied with myself, so she threw me one of the balls she had, which was a TaylorMade RBZ soft. And then I hit a shot, which looked really good. It was miles in the air, pitching wedge, landed next to the pin, like 10 feet left, and took an enormous hop over the green. And then I was explaining why it didn't stop. Because I got a flyer with a ball that doesn't spin.
Not a reverse flyer.
Not a reverse flyer. But I will tell you something, though. Every single time I have been on, there's a par 5 at Cedar Brae that if I hit a good drive, I usually have like 215, 220.
Yep.
And naturally, I often hit it in the rough. I've thought 5-iron, 4-iron, no, I can't roast this up there. It's not going to happen. And anytime I've ever tried, I always come up short. And I always remember you saying that. Once you have the loft that's gone,
Yep.
you're not getting extra juice.
No.
It doesn't exist.
You're getting less.
Crazy. Because it happened to me so many times. I'm like, what's going on here?
Slip and grip.
Yeah, the slip grip. Slippy grippy. Did we manage to get that into our wet ball test? I think we did, right?
We done a reverse flyer video.
We did, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we did.
When we made 1,000 videos. It's starting to get hard to remember what we have and have not done. I think we were at 1,000 now.
Are we at 1,000?
I don't know. I have to go look at that counter thing. I have to somehow filter
Celebrate
it.
that.
I know. I need to filter it by like how many public videos there are, because obviously we have like occasionally have unlisted stuff for various reasons, but
Right.
we must be getting close. It was like, I feel like for the last year we kept saying, oh, we have 900 something videos. It's like, well, we're making 3 or 4 a week. We must be getting close. To you, lad, if you got something there.
Yeah, John Jensen's saying the Callaway DCB irons are fantastic.
Oh.
Please let 14 handicappers know to give these a shot.
14 handicappies, give these a shot.
you
John
go.
Jensen recommends.
There you go.
Is that what Johnny Wonder built himself?
He is the regular Apex.
Okay, but he's so stoked on them.
Loves them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope they'll make the TCB, taking care of business, in left-handed next year. Or next iteration, because
Or at
I
least-
would have loved to try them.
No. At least available in North America, maybe.
It's also bizarre. Like, I know Phil's kind of on his way out, but he was your marquee tour player forever. To have limited left-handed options is a bit strange.
Yeah. Yep, it sure is.
Okay. Play Joe Lane. Haven't seen Joe Lane in a while. Hello, Joe Lane.
Joe?
Playability-wise, Vokey, pitching wedge, and gap wedge versus set wedge. We were just
Yeah.
talking about this earlier. I mean, you've said it, and my personal experience, I think the next set I get might have a set gap wedge.
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense.
I don't know why you wouldn't, unless, as you said, you're a tour player, and even a lot of tour players. I swear I saw a tour player with an A wedge that looked like I think it was like Dylan Fratelli or something.
Right.
Don't quote me, but it was
Yeah.
someone like that. And I'm thinking like, what the hell are we doing
I know.
now? what
it's
do
so
I need this
true.
blade 50 degree for?
Yeah.
It's just silly.
It's so true. Bandit is saying Johnny Wonder rocking it at Callaway. Sure is.
Yeah,
Having
seems
a
like he's
ball.
having a blast.
Having a ball.
Getting to do some travel and stuff. He's met some
Yeah.
of their tour players, tour staff, which is good.
Some chatter about the Garmin R10. Looks like a
Yeah.
great option as a budget launch monitor. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. They're just. I hope their launch monitor is better than their customer service. That's for sure.
Because they won't answer us.
They won't answer any inquiries we make.
We're trying. Brath was trying too, wasn't he?
We've sent them probably 4 or 5 messages now. If anyone knows anyone over at Garmin, go knock their door.
Or if 689 of you that are on right now want to send
Yeah.
them an email and say, please send us one. This is a quick one. Blast from the past. Have we tried the Truss putters? We have. We did make a video on them, but it was at TaylorMade.
A year and a half ago.
It was at TaylorMade. It was on Gears, I think, or something. It was brief. We found some I think we did a very basic test about the twisting of the face.
Yeah.
Seemed feasible based on what we saw. I think the reality is, until they make it more cosmetically acceptable, are you going to be seeing them out there? Probably not.
No. I mean, you normally, if you see it back for a second version, you normally go, okay, they were onto something.
Right. And since we haven't.
We have not.
They were excited about it there. They were excited about it. Maybe, you never know. TaylorMade can like table the technology.
Yeah.
Maybe a material becomes available in 10 years and they kind of come back to it. That's a good question. At what point do you stop hitting down on the ball? So through the bag, obviously wedges and irons, you want to hit down on the ball.
I mean, you want to really hit down all the way to 3-wood, marginally.
Would you even agree that, it's just the driver you hit up on?
Just the driver.
Yeah, the best 3-wood players are a little bit, probably 1 degree, 2 degrees down?
Take that little shallow divot.
Yeah. So the driver is the only. And honestly, if you hit a little bit down your driver, you won't be in the worst situation, but you probably won't be maximizing your distance, right?
No.
Be losing a couple yards. But a lot of good tour players hit down their driver.
Yeah.
Sure, Brooks hits down on a couple degrees. And DJ says usually when he searches a question and adds TXG, we usually have a video. That's great. Thanks, DJ.
We've been around for a few years now, so he's not wrong.
No, I'm glad to hear it.
Not wrong.
Maybe in another year, there'll be nothing you can search golf-related that won't come up in TXG. TXG food reviews, TXG car reviews. Ian is still playing TC201s, yeah. You dabble with some Strixons, but mostly for testing.
Yeah.
He's interested if you can bend away the small offset that is in the club using the double bend method, whatever that is.
Yeah, I mean, you can. You get somebody who's pretty handy with it. It's kind of bending some loft on and bending it away. I mean, I don't know. I think there's so little offset on there. I'd be curious what you want to play your lofts at. Do you want to play them super strong with, or like, do you want to play them strong with no offset? But yeah, I've not really. It's been a while since I've seen somebody who really could do that successfully.
It's like just not exactly your commonplace practice. Like it would be pretty specialized material or tools and stuff, I guess, to do.
Exactly. Joe's saying, "What is this divot you speak of?" Hashtag flip life.
That's funny. Nothing wrong with a little bit of flipping, Joe. Just a bit of flipping here and there.
Sam's asking, do you guys like spinny golf balls or non-spinny?
Oh.
What do you like?
Sam, I think generally speaking, the two of us prefer a spinnier golf ball.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be for everyone. If you're the type of person who spins it off the planet, then you might be the opposite. But for our purposes, I think we both generally look at a shot, especially in the launch monitor, and usually wish it had more spin, not less.
Definitely. Yeah. Agreed.
All right, what else we got here? That's a good question. Are game improvement irons somewhat workable? We should do more testing on this. My opinion, it's just the up and down that's the difference. I don't think that, I mean, you know the physics of it better than I do, but you'd agree that hitting a left to right bending shot and a right to left bending shot, why would a forgiving iron matter? It's just flighting a really low CG iron down should just be more difficult.
Definitely.
But then again, hitting it super high is easier. So I would say it's just, to me, it's just the vertical. Like the knockdown shot is less workable in a game improvement iron. But other than that, the question would be, why are you playing a game improvement iron and then trying to hit extremely advanced shots on the course? That would be my question.
True.
Not for me to interfere in somebody's personal preferences.
Personal choices?
Yeah, you do whatever you want. Whatever makes you happy. You got one there?
Dave said, how much effect does the draw setting have on a driver or a wood sleeve compared to lead tape? Yeah, face angle will be more impactful than lead tape.
Yeah.
For sure.
Lead tape is more effective in irons. Is that fair to say?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Love it. Yeah, we've got this a few times. Gap wedge, pitching wedge. Should they match the rest of your irons or the rest of your wedges?
Mm-hmm.
I think the consensus is, guys, that unless you are extremely good ball striker or you like to chip with the pitching wedge and hit specialty shots, I would get the set version.
Yeah.
Keep it consistent
Agreed.
with the rest of your iron set.
Agreed.
Did Titleist make a T100 AE wedge?
They do. I think they do.
In
Sure
left
they
hand?
do.
Not that I'm saying I'm getting new T100s. I'm just saying
If.
or to do such a thing, perhaps I would do such a thing.
T1.
Let's find out right now. Oh, there's Jordan. Hello.
Hello, Jordan.
Jordan. Speaking of someone who's had a good year.
50.
They do.
50.
I would be somewhat curious to try a certain 50 degree.
Sounds like a test.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't done that in ages, have we?
Mm-hmm.
But we do have a set wedge versus gap wedge or specialty wedge video. Just so everyone knows.
Yep.
A few people have asked, are we going to make a T200 versus P790 video?
We can if it's
certainly
if
can.
it's in demand.
I know that a couple of prominent channels have done it.
Have they?
Yeah.
Who's done that?
I've seen it at least once or twice. I think a couple of the UK guys did it. I don't think Rick Shields did it, but I saw a couple of the more mid-level channels I think have done it. So we can. I think people are curious because to me they're now the most attractive, well, two of the more attractive pocket cavity irons that are on the market.
Yeah.
And they're the newest by far.
Matthew is asking, how in God's name does he fix the excessive toe down at impact? How in God's name?
God, we're asking you.
It's a lesson,
Yeah.
Matthew. It's a lesson you need, my man.
When I was hitting those drill shots, the Caux thing, that toe came way up.
Way up.
I
3-4 degree
wasn't
change.
expecting that at all.
Yeah.
What's that video called?
How to
How to
something
hit a
like-
fade.
Yeah, like
Matthew.
a pull fade or something like that. It was
Check that out. Ian did it with Scott Caux, who's a very good instructor. In the first 6 minutes of the video, Scott talks about really the feel that the drill is, and it's the spoon drill. And I did it a few times, and my lie angle at the best of times is around 0.
Yeah.
But I was getting, two. Well, there's one on the screen there. I don't know what the hell I was hitting. What are those, wedges? But yeah, my lie came up by 2 or 3 degrees.
Yeah.
So
And
that might be a good drill for you to try.
Definitely.
Depending on the shape of your ball flight. I don't know if you're already hitting a slice, that's
Yeah.
probably not what you want to do. But
For sure.
assuming someone's toe down, they often are the type of person that tries to kind of sling and draw, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, guys, we'll take a few more. We have got a few more vids to do today, so
All right.
we'll kind of wrap up in a few more, maybe five or
5
so
minutes.
minutes.
Okay. Why don't you pick 2 more of your choosing?
Sure. Good one here, Alex. Should your wedges be bent to the same lie as your irons?
Oh, good question.
Alex, the answer is they can be, but not often.
Not often, really.
not often.
Okay, so more often than not, they're different.
Yeah. So normally, as the club obviously gets a little bit longer, the lie angle gets a bit flatter. But we have seen people who get a bit slicey with long irons and overly pull, normally more than draw, but they'll pull the short irons. We can end up with flat short irons and upright long irons. Then they tend to level out a little bit more.
Right.
We have seen that.
Okay. So no, they should not match unless you are a rare animal. All right, one more. What do you like?
Anything at all.
That's a good question here. Drew is asking, best 3-wood for someone who fears the hook. But typically, this might as well be me. You fear the hook, but you typically need more loft. I like this question quite a lot. Sim2 titanium ping G425 opened TSI2. Interesting. So he doesn't need a bullet. What about a TSI2 in 16 opened all the way up and flat?
I mean, I think that ping 5 would 17.5 on the little secret flat setting.
Oh yeah, 3 flat.
Yeah,
That's true.
3 flat minus 1. I think that would be the least draw biased setting.
Plus, extra loft. It would spin more, keep it from curving more. That's a great suggestion.
Yeah.
Drew, I think that would be the one for you, my friend. Yeah, good.
So let's see.
Grab one. Get your eyes on one more.
Jason Ping has a golf ball app coming out that can not only predict optimal golf ball for initial launch conditions and downrange, but can predict which ball will be best in all conditions. They certainly do a lot of ball testing for someone who doesn't have a ball.
Just gonna say that. So they're gonna produce an app for balls and they don't make one.
Yeah.
Do you think they might be making one?
Nah.
No. Not interested. You don't
I think you need a plant, you need a ball plant, and you need kind of a lot of
and they would do it properly,
infrastructure.
Right? They're not
Yeah.
gonna like license it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Agreed. Oh. From our pal H. It is a video game controller. Looks like from a Super Nintendo.
Woot. It does.
It's
yes.
wooting at us.
Woot woot.
Thank you, H.
Thank you very much.
The super sticker brightens our day.
It does, always. All right, Matty, closing thoughts?
Closing thoughts for the week. I'm going to give some thought to my bag because I'm thinking about Pinehurst.
Yeah.
And I want to probably have a few things in place. So I'm going to be doing a lot of practice this week because that drill you gave me is really helping, I think,
Good.
so far.
Yeah.
So those are my closing thoughts. I'll be working hard on my swing, and I'll be pondering my golf club for the October trip.
Yeah, it's coming up. It's going to be coming up month and a half.
Yeah.
2 weeks until we pick a winner, and crazy. It's
It's around the corner.
It's coming in
great.
really fast.
Your bag's good to go?
Yeah, I think
Anything
it's
you're
pretty
gonna
good.
change?
Yeah, I think
Anything unique you need for Pinehurst? Because I know your bag's a little bit.
just the putter. It's just the getting that putter solidified, getting that perfect will be the key.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Sorry, we're short and sweet. We're just a little late getting to you.
No worries.
We will be back next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next week is the 23rd. Yep, we'll be here.
back. Hope to see you. We should have a good schedule for you this week. T300s, MG3 wedges.
Yes, those are
and
done.
then a couple others sprinkled in there.
We got a couple more to do.
Nice.
All right.
Excellent. Okay, see you soon.
Thanks for watching.